Oh, definitely it has, although I think that's quite a little bit the wrong way of putting it, because it is also the integration of Westerners into Eastern thought, into the Eastern way of life, actually. The Western way of life has been revealed to anybody with eyes to be self-destructive, actually, which means it isn't actually intrinsically the Western way of life. We have Plato, we have Socrates, who advocated a vegetarian diet and not eating meat and so on. Back in the Republic, he advocated that. And he said, if you eat too much meat, people will be sick and you'll have to have a lot of doctors. He did. 2,500 years ago, I was so amazed. And now, so in Asia, they didn't try to eat 30% protein and get cancer and all these diseases of our diet and our way of living and polluting our environment. Industrialization is not actually a genius invention. It is self-destructive. It's like cancer, actually, on the planet, planetary cancer. Because what cancer is random growth of cells, healthy, strong growth, without regard to the host where it's growing, so it then becomes self-destructive. And industrialization is big growth destroying the host, which is the planet. And economics is a demented science. It's not just dismal, it's demented, because the resources are free and the waste pollution, the waste disposal is free. And then it's just how much money you make in there is your domestic product and your whatever. And that's silly, because obviously the resources have a cost, tremendous cost, and the waste disposal has a huge cost too. And that has to be factored in. And if it was, there would be very different decision making in our industrialization. So we have to get into a more holistic, more enlightened vision. Asia was thousands of years ahead of us with nonviolence. Jesus was teaching us, but nobody, and many rabbis, other rabbis than Jesus, but nobody was listening. Particularly the Roman emperors were not listening. And so, but the Asian people, the rulers, did more listen to the Buddhas and the Lao Tzus and the Confuciuses. And so they were much more into nonviolence much longer, and therefore they prospered and thrived. And Columbus was trying to get to India because they were more prosperous 500 years ago. So we have to realize that we're not actually the center of the universe. The Mediterranean is not the center. It's peripheral, and we have to learn to live more in harmony with nature. Men have to live more in harmony with women, and stop driving around in their tanks. It's just useless. And that's we're making progress, but the rearguard action, Michael Dukakis in the tank, and Dick Cheney has tried his wheelchair, his bionic wheelchair, or whatever it is, and George Bush in his little fighter plane. We have to overcome that childishness, and have to live more organically and normally, and we have to control our government.